Love, respect, and appreciation to anybody that came through to the live stream when I went over this topic. So there's a little bit more that took place and happened. So you have these images here of the woman who stated that she is black, right? And she only wanted to state this because there was a black Call of Duty tournament started by a black woman who wanted black people to have a space, black people an area of which that they can be comfortable, they could just relax, they could breathe, they could just be there. And this is what she stated. She said, "I don't tweet as it is, but never did I think I'd ever make a tweet like this, having to prove if I am black enough and then being told I'm not black enough to play a tourney that is for black presenting women is insane. After sending family pictures, by the way, what's next? My birth certificate validating this, which states mixed white and black Caribbean. On two, by the way. My whole life I've experienced racism, but I've never experienced it from the black community. I'll tell you that. Being told that I had it easy as an expletive is disgusting considering what I'm literally experiencing right now. Growing up as a mixed race individual was not easy, always feeling like we didn't fit in. And I think this today is proof of that." Now, the funniest thing about this is the fact that nowhere in there did she state that she herself is a black woman. Even when it went to the description of the birth certificate, she said mixed white and black Caribbean. When it went to specifically her stating who it is that she is, how it is that she sees herself, she says that she primarily grew up as a mixed race individual. Again, nowhere in there is she stating that she is a black woman. Looking directly at her, nowhere do you see a black woman. There is nothing even presenting that at all. If she was to be in a black neighborhood just walking down the street, everybody would assume that you are looking at a white woman and maybe she's lost and doesn't know where it is that she's going. But again, I want to point out the fact that this woman is from the UK. She is not from the United States. So it's a little bit weird how she wants to state that she's black when normally in other areas around the world, that's not a term or terminology that they will use to state who it is that they are. We're going to go into a little bit of that a little bit later. But let's get to this first response from a person online.
You see what the going on? Yes, sir, I'm at work with it. I'm always at work with it. You dig what I'm saying? Happy Black History Month. Speaking of that, let's get into some things. We already know about the black woman of Cashapp, right? Everybody know, they see what's going on, right? But before I touch on that, I want to touch on something else that's much bigger than that, right? So, don't matter. I don't care. Black is black at the end of the day. Black dad, black mama, white dad, black mama, Mexican dad, black mama, Mexican mama, black dad, whatever the case may be. You still have black in you. You still are black. You're black. Yes. So I'm going to put that out there. That's simple as that. I'm black. Both of my parents is black. My best friend that I live with, his dad is black as Knight Rider. His mom is white as Miracle Whip. White as Wonder Bread. He's still black. Ain't changing nothing, right? So let's get that out the way. My whole problem is this. Some people will understand what it's like being black. Some people won't understand what it's like being black. You know what I'm saying? And the hardships that we go through. Everybody has their hardships. Everybody go through. But it's just certain statures, right? So I'm not going to go in deep dive in that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Simple, right? Cool. I feel like as a race, as a collective, as a culture, as being black, your ethnicity, when the outside is doing to us, we quick to hop up and jump and be ready to press lines, go to war, and we be ready to form together as a collective and go ham on the outside, when the outskirts are with the base, right? What happens though? Why aren't we the same when the base is going against the base? And by that I mean, white folk do something to us, we going up. Mexican folk doing something to us, we going up. No matter who it is, the outskirts. Why the can't we have that same energy when black is going against black? Like, we gotta start at the foundation first before we can even move to the outskirts. It starts in the base first, then we move to the outskirts. So why don't we have that same energy when black is going to black? Why can't we coexist, huh? Now, We have a problem and be ready to jump up and down when, oh, this person did this and they're not black, they on the outskirts. But what happens in the base, man? Why can't we have that same energy going on when the outside is against us, then when the inside is against the inside, which is us against us, black versus black? We do not have the same energy. Why can't we start there? We have to start there. Doesn't matter. We have to start within each other, because no matter what we do to get the oppositions or the outside or the outskirts, should I say, sorry, not oppositions, to get the outskirts to be, with us and stop being against us and start treating us a certain way, but we're not willing to fix what's going on inside first with us, treating each other a certain way. I should treat my black homie like my dog, my family, before anybody else does. And that's the biggest problem. You feel what I'm saying? We can never coexist. I swear to God, we can never coexist. I'm not saying this is with everybody. I'm not saying this is every black person. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, for the majority of what I've seen, the majority of what I've been through, the majority of all the situations I've been through, we can never coexist. But we don't have that same energy as when we're ready to hop and scream Black Lives Matter and do what we need to do on the outside. The same energy we pour into that is the same energy we need to pour into each other when we're doing it to each other and trying to fix our community and trying to fix the community within us, fix the base first. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like when I seen that tournament, that was a great chance to see black greatness, right? Regardless of what goes on, bro. Not know you ain't black enough. Not no all that. Let's just think about black and period. This is a chance for black people to do something tight, for other black people to do something great for other black people, and we just as a culture, just as a community, just as a collective, to finally come together for once and just show love, regardless of if your mama white, your daddy black, or your daddy white and your mama black. You still black, and that's the problem. Why are we separating like this? We putting I can't even think of the word that's so disappointing. We putting certain levels on it. The levels, we all black. Let's be great together. I don't give a fuck if you light skinned. I don't give a fuck if you don't look the same shade as me. I don't give a fuck if your nostrils ain't big as mine, your lips ain't big as mine. If you're black, you're black. Simple as that. We should be coming together as a collective. This was an opportunity for us to be coming together as a collective instead of having problems. We just had a problem with that because some person felt this person wasn't black enough. This person got a black ass daddy, and whatever the case was, that person was still black. We could have been like, come through. Why are we always closing the door on? We quick to close the door on our own black people, but to open it up for everybody else. What the? Stop closing the door on your own people. Stop doing that. We need to stop doing that shit to each other. For real, cuz. I'm being for real. What the? That's like me telling Braxton can't come into. If I host a tourney, Braxton can't play. Braxton is black, regardless of what the situation is. I'm not going to close no opportunity for my brother. I'm not about to close no opportunity down for my sister because I feel they ain't black enough or whatever the case may be. Putting anything on it. If you black, let them in. We're supposed to come. We got to be together, bro. And that's where the real problem starts. Is within us first, bro. Within us first. If we don't never fix what's going on within the base, the outskirts can never be fixed. It's a chain reaction. We start within first, and then we shoot out, bro. We gotta stop doing that to each other, and that's how I feel about it. And that's how I feel about our black people. That's how I feel about how black people are with black people in general. Not every black people, but just in general, bro. We gotta break that cycle, bro. You know what's crazy is one rapper said, "If a brother kill your brother, you will pull up in a whip with the Glock riding. But let a cop kill your brother, and the first thing you do is go on the streets and scream, 'Stop the violence.'" Oh, my mama. Word today, like, that's real. You feel what I'm saying? We got to put energy into us. We got to do things the correct way. We got to love each other. We can't be doing this, bro. It starts within us, bro. It starts within us. You feel what I'm saying? Don't matter who you is. I'm black. T is just black as me. Tia is just black as me. Lotto is just black as me. I be come up to me and tell my Lotto that he ain't black enough. Are you dumb? Come on. We gotta be great. Let's get it together as a black community. Come on, man. That's all I gotta say about the situation. We had an opportunity to show up, and we should have showed up correctly. It's great that I'm still happy that a lot of black women got to play, regardless if if I got personal beef with anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Just seeing black greatness is good, but we can't be, black greatness need to be with everybody who's black. We can't limit it on some people. We can't close the door on our own brothers, our own sisters, our own community, bro. That's dumb. It's dumb. That's like if the Olympic team told Stephen Curry that he can't play with Braun because both of Braun players is black and Stephen Curry ain't black enough. How dumb does that sound? Come on, man. Wake up. Happy Black History Month, by the way. Don't forget where you came from.
You believe that?
So we heard what he said, and the main point that stood out was that he was saying black is black no matter what you're mixed with, you're still black no matter how little, and all this other type of stuff, right? It's no difference than anything else, right? No problem. The problem is that historically speaking, that is just not accurate. By way of the people who have made the system and also passed down that type of information and yada, 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 and all that type of good stuff. Like I said, case in point, this example here. Slave descriptors. Says mulatto, 1/2 black and 1/2 white. Griffey, mulatto and Native American. Quadroon, 1/4 black, 3/4 white. Yellow, almost white, which is basically Asian. Octoroon, 1/8 black and the rest white. Sambo, mulatto and black. Mesite, white and quadroon or octoroon. Creole, which is French or Spanish born in Louisiana. So obviously by these descriptors, you can tell that these people do have Negro blood, black blood, correct? But when they're mixed, they're given different names to, in a sense, separate or to show you the difference or how it is that people would categorize it. Even when you deal with other nationalities, when people say that they're, mixed with this and that type of blood, those people within that culture will tell you either or they'll tell you what they feel or deem that you match more of with versus the other and vice versa. So again, this is not just something that takes place in the United States, and I want to make this point very clear. The woman that we are speaking of at this moment in time, she is from the United Kingdom. Well, at least that's where the accent gave me, because that was not an American accent. I can promise you that 100%. I can promise you that. Even though she is Paris Hilton white, that accent was UK, right? But again, even over there, a descriptor such as black, that is not something that, is normal over there. It's actually abnormal, right? You're not going to have a Nigerian from Africa that was either born in the UK or just migrated there. They're not going to call themselves black. That's not what they do. That's not what Africans do. They will give you a descriptor based on the location of where it is that they're from. So if they are from Nigeria, they are Nigerian. They also speak the language. They also know that culture and or religion and everything else that goes directly with that. That's how that normally works from place to place, area to area. In the United States, primarily the descriptor black, that is where it is used, or in certain instances you would have people use colored, right? A lot of the terms and the descriptors were specifically used for the enslaved black Americans that were here at that moment in time. Again, because we're dealing with history, things will change over time. So that leads us to this. So then we go a step further, right? They have white man, and then they have Negro woman, split down. On the left side, it says if a white man basically is with a mulatta, right, which is the female, which again, I didn't know, learn new stuff every single day, that would then make a quadroon. Then if a white man then is with a quadroon female, then that would make a quintaroon. So then if a white man then is with a quintaroon female, that would then make white. So it's showing you how over time it will further dilute and it will go right back to the original, which is white. But then if you have a Negro woman, right? So if you have a Negro and a mulatto, then it would just so happen to be a Sambo, which I'm guessing is mixed or whatever it is that they want to consider that as. Again, these were the terms, these were the word usages that they had, that they specifically placed. And this also tells you that how as a system they were trying to figure out and use bloodlines and try to further dilute and figure out what it would take to get right back to square one. And this is what you're seeing at this moment of time. This is what you are seeing when you deal with those out there, the power structure that is always wanting to find a way to have a black mate in order to further start that exact same thing. Because as soon as those kids are born, those kids don't inevitably end up dealing with people who are, in a sense, black. They will go for others, right? Anybody else but. And if they happen to go for somebody else that is white, then that is going to start the whole process of what it is that you can clearly see in the description. Now we got another example right here where you see the various images and the various colors of women from the darkest of dark, even though if somebody were to technically redo this, it would show up way better versus the examples that you have here. But for all intents and purposes, you have the darkest of darks and then the lightest of whites, right? So black would be considered 100% African. Mixed would be 51% to 99% African. Mulatto, which would be 50%. Quadroon, which would be 25% African, and everything else white. Octoroon, which would be 12% African, and everything else white. And then of course white is 0% to 11% African. Crazy work. Even if you have 11%, you're still considered. It's diabolical, because I can promise you that if it was the other way around, that if you had somebody that was black and they had 11% white, no way, shape, or form would they be able to consider themselves as white or mixed, or to try to say that they are passable. Or, like I said, it's a little bit crazy how this works. So this is why I tell people that you will see who will defend someone or the people that are around them, how much alike they are. Because these two women here came out of the blue and decided that they wanted to defend UK Becky. The one to the left decided to say, and these are old tweets, right? She said, "Shout out to the blank for being a smart black person." Next one, she said, "A black kid pulled my ponytail and my friend goes, quote, 'He's black. He probably thought it was a weave.'" Next one she has, "I thought I'm still laughing at myself for painting my skin black," aka doing blackface. Ha 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 ha, right? Next one she says, "I can confirm once you go black, you never go back." And this is why I state to a lot of the black men directly out there. Again, this is not me trying to tell people who it is that they need to date and yada, yada, yada. But you need to be very cautious, be very careful, because these are the same exact women who will go out online and say these things, but then in front of your face be smiling and kikiing and doing all of that, other type of stuff. But at the end of the day, of course, just like everybody else, why it is that they are there. But again, this ain't nothing positive. Realistically, she looks basic as all get out. It ain't really nothing, right? And she's saying all of this as if she has a full-on roster and selection of every single black man directly out. Like I said, it's completely crazy. And I'm pretty sure that just like she came out here and defended UK Becky, you got many others that came out and defended her, and they probably got way worse tweets as well. Speaking of which, you have one at the very bottom, which is another one, right? That one said, "I'm about to have a blank moment and I'm not even black." Again, this looks completely ridiculous. 100% completely crazy for people like this to decide if they want to show up and show out when it deals with somebody who pretty much matches up with their skin complexion. Notice how you don't see Asian women pulling up to the scene. Notice how you don't have Arab women pulling up to the scene, right? You don't have any of those other women pulling up to the scene to try to do this for UK Becky. It's specifically women that look just like or exactly like her. And I'm talking about face, skin, everything. But like I said, some people don't understand, but yet these are the defenders. So here we go. So this is a picture of the father and this is a picture of the daughter, right? This is the exact same woman who was up there like, yes, I am mixed white. I don't know what that is, because again, white people can come up with whatever definition and just change it at will because they can. She says she's mixed white and black Jamaican or Caribbean, however she wants to basically put it, right? And this is her, right? So you basically see how that there's a thing going on here, and I pretty much referenced that earlier on. So you see the original tweet that Becky had posted, but then underneath you see the response from the woman, the organizer that started the Call of Duty tournament. The criteria is black women. The reality is that she presents as white. The girl clearly has the privilege a lot of us don't. She don't have to think about her race as a potential disadvantage or source of discrimination. It's not fair, but our world is structured in a way that benefits people that look like her and not like me. So no, she is not allowed. So then we got this, right? And this person said that they're not white, the person that I'm going to read the response from. They said the female gaming scene is funny. They then hosted a black only tournament and kicked out a half black girl because she wasn't black enough. This is what I want a lot of people who are not even a part of the community or anything like that. I need y'all to just step back. Y'all just need to stand directly down. This is not for you. This is not for you at all. I get the fact that you guys are pretty much bored. Y'all don't really have a lot of things going on over in your sector of which you can like highlight and really take part of and get a whole bunch of, you know, numbers and different things. Y'all need to just fall back. This is not even about you. This is not even for you. You're speaking on something that you're looking out or you're looking in from an outside type of perspective. You don't have no ends. You don't have nothing. You don't have, realistically, more than likely these two here, I'm talking about the ones at the bottom of the picture, they don't have a dog in the race at all. They do not have a dog in this race at all, but yet they still want to come through and they want to make a comment. They want to make it seem as though that they're really a part of something, when realistically a lot of these people who commented it on this that aren't even black, they care nothing about this. They're just here because they sense that it's some type of drama, hoopla that they can profit directly from, so that they can act as though that they're really about, oh yeah, I'm about, you know, social change and progress. Realistically, they're not. They're not. And they're only coming to bat for her because of the way that she looks. Because there's many a times before where black people, black gamers, just in general, have felt or been treated a certain type of way when it deals with a lot of these tournaments or money-making opportunities, when it deals with shooters and yada, 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 right? We're not getting the same looks. We don't get the same likes. We don't get the same attention when it deals with social media and the content that we create. In a lot of instances, where you got black content creators and the amount of work that they put into their editing and their commentary and everything, and you compare that to the rest out there, the ones who are the black content creators, they be putting everything. They put everything on the floor in order to make their content, in order to make it, you know, where it is. And then you have everybody else that can just do the bare minimum and magically they just got millions of views, subscribers, millions of dollars and everything. And sometimes the content might even be below subpar. But like I said, that's the way that the system works. And for a lot of black people who are into gaming, this is where we need to start coming up and just creating our own thing so that we can specifically profit and propel and push a lot of our own people forward. So here we are. This is pretty much the end of the road, so to say. This person wrote this. She deleted these pictures after being called out, but her dad and his parents are Indo-Caribbean. It's funny, she doesn't claim her white side, her mom, or her Indian side, her dad. That's pretty interesting. You can almost say that that's some Kamala type of thing right there, Kamala Harris, so to say, because this is the exact same problem, the exact same issue that we had where a person for the longest time possible was, you know, passing by or claiming whatever it is that they wanted to claim. But the moment in time that it was time or it was deemed of value or worth, here comes somebody deciding that they want to claim to be black. I'm just trying to figure out when at any moment in time, any of the people that I see at this moment, when have any of these people just went out there and were like, yeah, I'm black? They just claiming this their whole life. I can promise you that's not what they were doing. People who are from India are claiming Indian. People who are from the Caribbean, or the Caribbean as some people like to say, or Jamaican, they're going to claim that, either or. People who are Haitian are going to claim Haitian. People who are African are going to claim the area of which that it is that they reside and originally came from. Nothing more, nothing less. Black Americans worldwide are the main ones, if not the only ones, who have been claiming to be black. Just to be real. Because again, I have worked with a lot of people that are from all over. I've worked with people that are Jamaican, Caribbean, African, and so on. All of them will specifically tell you and rep their flag and tell you how proud it is that they are of their nation or area or whatnot or whatever. They are not going to specifically come out and say like, yes, I'm a black man. Yes, I'm a black. No. That's not what they do. So again, I'm talking directly from experience of having conversations with people, and also taking from that, looking at the other conversations that people have online, both by writing, making posts on X or wherever, or by videos. Again, Black Americans are the only ones that really claim the branding of black. Like I said, it's funny that you have people like this that exist, and the only time that they want to claim to be black is when it seems that there may be some money involved, where it seems that there may be a type of fame or things like that involved. Because before, where at any point in time was she ever claiming to be a black woman? When I look at her, that's not what I see. I'm looking at a white girl. I'm looking directly at a white girl. I can never fathom or imagine anywhere on social media or in real life her sitting up there saying that she is a black woman or a black girl. It's not there. It is not there. That's like Paris Hilton out of nowhere trying to claim to be a Black Panther. How? It's like, what are we even doing here? Like, what type of games, are we playing? But this is why I told people that things like this are very dangerous, because you can start to have people like this try to just come out of nowhere that you'll make a black event, and then these people who weren't even interested, don't even care about it, now they want to show themselves and want to claim to be black when they never have, just to cause an issue, just to cause a fuss and a ruckus and all this other type of stuff. That's what's going to start to happen in the future. And again, I can only sit up there and blame the originators, which are the parents, who allow things like this to transpire and take place. But again, you can't tell people how it is that they should move, who it is that they should have kids with, and yada, yada, yada. The only thing that's going to happen is that everybody else is going to have to suffer because of what somebody else wanted to do. And again, it is unfair. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.